You're listening to the ESO Network, your station for all things geek.
Are you ready to rock?
This is where the world of pop culture and talk collide.
Hey, how you doing, kids?
This is the Adam and JP Show.
That's like the walkers from Walking Dead. It reminds me, I forgot that Trevor was in that finale. Forgot about that.
Trevor?
Like from Grand Theft Auto 5. Stephen Ogg.
That's who that is.
That was straight up Stephen Ogg. Yeah, like he's I was like, oh shit, Stephen Ogg.
That's how I recognized him.
Yeah, Stephen Ogg. Yeah, that was Trevor.
That's Trevor.
Yeah.
He's the one that's in Westworld.
Oh, is he? Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, he's in the
Whoa.
first episode of Westworld.
Really?
Yes.
He's so awesome. He's awesome. He's great.
He's great.
Yeah.
And it looks like he's going to be in the Walking Dead most of the season.
Oh, really? Is he in season 7 too?
Yeah. Well,
wow.
the premiere. He was in the premiere.
That's true. Yeah. He was. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he was kind of in the background the whole
Yeah.
time.
But he was kind of a biggish part in part 6.
Oh, yeah. He's the one they kept
season
running
6.
into.
Yeah. Like blocking the road and stuff. And
That's how I recognized him.
yeah, it's Trevor, man.
That is Trevor.
Okay, we can talk about that if you want to. Yeah.
We just did.
Oh, well, here we go.
It's the Adam and JP Show. Sorry.
It's a little behind the scenes there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That blows my mind.
That's cool, right?
That is very cool.
Fantastic actor. To this day, he does a lot of stuff on YouTube as Trevor, and it's still funny. If you haven't had a chance to watch Stephen Ogg as Trevor from Grand Theft Auto 5, do yourself a favor.
I don't know that I would enjoy Grand Theft Auto 5 as much as I do.
It's tough. I mean,
had it not been for him.
Wasn't that a great... I don't want to do it again.
Talk about how great that game is?
It's been 3 years.
Is it the greatest game ever?
It's close,
In
man.
my mind, it could be the greatest game ever.
And it's weird because it's tough. I have a lot of hardcore, and I'm using air quotes here, hardcore gamer friends that won't even touch Grand Theft Auto 5 because they don't like it or they're bored with it. I don't understand because it's not a game for casual gamers to be into it. You've got to put 40, 50, 60 hours into it to even touch the surface, really.
That's true.
So I don't know. A lot of gamers don't like those games.
Well,
are they too violent?
Maybe.
Because Grand Theft Auto 5 had a fantastic story.
Mm-hmm.
I think Rockstar Studios is finally stepping up that notch in their belt.
And Trevor was the best part of that story.
Yeah.
Where he would just wake up.
That's true.
This episode of the Adam and JP Show brought to you by the Amazon store at esopodcast.com. Get a jump start on your holiday shopping. Go to esopodcast.com and click the Amazon link right there on the homepage. Buy some action figures.
Do it. It's past
Christmas.
Halloween time, you know. It's Christmas, like you said.
How was your Halloween? Because this is the first episode we've recorded after Halloween.
That is true. It was good. It was fun. It just needs to be cooler, man.
Thanks for coming by.
I did come by, but by 8 o'clock, you'd already wrapped up and closed shop up.
Well,
8 o'clock, man. What kind of trick-or-treater giver outer does that?
Well, the trick-or-treaters were done by 7:15.
Wow.
I gave them an extra 30 minutes.
I did. I came by at 8, and your doors were closed, lights were off. I'm like, well.
So I just want to ask you something here, and I haven't asked you this until right now.
Yeah.
You did send me a text Halloween night. Hey, are you guys going to be handing out candy? We
Right.
said, yes, we're going to set up about, 5:45.
Yeah.
We're out there about 5:45. Mm-hmm. And we're out there till about 5:45. So 2 hours.
Yeah.
That's good. You didn't come by.
Mm-hmm.
You said you were going to be out and about. Were you out trick-or-treating?
I wish, but I was not.
Oh.
No.
You just driving around?
No, I was at my sister's for a bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You did the family thing.
Yeah. For a little bit, but then I was like, it's getting late.
Did you go to the clown rally?
No, I really thought about it, though.
Yeah.
I really thought about
I thought maybe that's what you were doing.
it. I should look that up.
So then when I asked you, I texted you and said, are you Leatherface?
Yeah, right.
You said no. Mm-hmm. Then I assumed that you probably weren't trick-or-treating. Had you said yes, that's what that question was about. Are you Leatherface?
Yeah.
Are you trick-or-treating?
Oh. The Clown Lives Matter Peace Walk was canceled after death threats.
What?
Yeah.
Where was this?
In our nearby town here.
What was the town? Columbia?
Columbia, yeah.
In Columbia, Tennessee?
Yeah.
It was canceled after death threats. We don't want none of them clowns around here.
That's pretty crazy. Wow.
So you had an enjoyable Halloween? So
I
you
did.
guys didn't. I guess you didn't hand out candy. You were out and about.
No, yeah, we're out and about. It needs to be colder. I'm ready for the coolness
I
of the
love
Halloween
this.
chill. I remember as a kid, we would trick-or-treat to all hours of the night in the cold, chill, brisk air.
On a Monday night, the trick-or-treaters were done in this neighborhood by 7:15.
That is crazy.
We had a few come by.
Yeah.
Not as many as I thought, though. I bought like $40 worth of candy.
You know why, right?
Clowns.
Damn fall festival and those trunk or treats.
I think it's because there's no sidewalks on our street.
Think sidewalks matter?
Sidewalks. Yes. Sidewalks matter.
Think so?
Because I was looking, the well-to-dos,
Yeah.
2 subdivisions over, it was packed over there.
Really?
Because they have sidewalks.
I mean, you know what town I grew up in? We had no sidewalks in the whole city.
Right.
And that's fine.
So, but if you do have the opportunity to walk on sidewalks, I think you would choose that.
I don't know. It's part of the fun. And you can't see with your mask. You twist your ankle.
I go walk, run over there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
On the sidewalks?
On the sidewalks. Because they have sidewalks.
I never ran on the side. I should try that. I'm always a street runner.
Really? You're
Yeah.
that guy?
Yeah.
Well, let me slow down. You're some dumbass running down the middle of the road. You're that
Shirt
guy.
off, short shorts.
The only thing more frustrating than that is
Yeah.
the bikers. And I know a lot of people love to ride their bikes.
Here comes the can of worms. It shall be open.
I do not want to open it, but if you know it is an extremely busy U.S. highway, perhaps you shouldn't bike there.
Right.
I know. It's our road too. Look, I've heard it all. But I think I'm in the right when there's 40 cars backed up behind you because you felt the need to put on your little yellow leotard and
They're always yellow, aren't they? They really are.
go ride your mountain bike down a busy highway. It's ridiculous. I'm all for bike trails and
Yeah.
parks. I'm all for riding your bike. I'm
Yeah.
pro bike riders.
Yeah.
Just not on busy highways.
I've been kind of hiking recently.
Oh, really?
I have, yeah.
Where have you hiked?
Just here in town. They have little hike trails.
Not
Not like up a mountain, but
down
they
to
have,
Walmart.
they have normal trails here. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind hiking.
It's
I've
fun.
gone hiking.
Yeah. Check it out.
So before Halloween, last Friday night, my wife is a middle school teacher, and they had a Halloween dance at her school.
Oh, yeah.
And so I went with her to help chaperone the Halloween dance at the middle school last Friday night.
Did they dress up in costume?
They did.
Were there any clowns?
No clowns. But, and this is why I bring this up, there were 6 to 8 Harley Quinns. Suicide Squad Harley Quinns.
Really?
Little girls
At that age?
dressed as her. Now, I want to preface this by saying it was age appropriate. It was basically just the makeup, the shirt, and the jacket, and the ponytails.
Yeah.
It wasn't scandalous Harley
Right.
Quinn at that age, obviously, but it just
That's so
surprised
odd, yeah.
me that character has had that impact on such young kids. Unless it was their parents dressing, but I don't think that's what's happening.
I don't think so.
But I think that's the success of Suicide Squad. I think that it wasn't, and I kind of like the movie. You didn't care for it, but I don't think it was for us.
You don't think so? Mm-mm. That makes more sense. I mean, the soundtrack is huge. I mean, you go to Hot Topic, it's everywhere.
Right. Well, the movie was huge.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, when you look at the movies over the summer of 2016,
Yeah.
there were a lot that didn't meet expectations, but Suicide Squad certainly did.
Yeah.
I mean, it was huge. It's one of the biggest movies of the summer.
How did my most anticipated movie of the year, The Founder, how did that do this year?
It hasn't come out yet.
Oh, it's still?
No.
I thought that was a summer movie.
No, it's in November. They got pushed to November.
Well, good thing we talked about that.
Hey, there was I meant to talk about this last week, and then we got to talk about Halloween,
Yeah.
and we had Mike Gordon from the ESO podcast.
Is it Halloween
on.
time again yet?
Not yet.
Can we do an Adam's Ghost next week?
No.
How about this week?
No.
Okay.
But I'm going to talk about a horror movie
Uh-huh.
of sorts. But I watched this before Halloween and then forgot to mention it last week. Are you familiar with the movie The Boy,
No.
starring Lauren Cohen from
No.
The
from
Walking Dead?
No.
Yeah.
Martha?
Maggie? Oh, no, she was Martha. Martha. Yes, starring Martha.
Yeah.
Martha from Batman v Superman.
Yeah.
This movie was terrible.
Really?
Like, the whole premise is she's trying to escape an abusive relationship.
So it's a newer film.
Oh, yeah,
Newish.
brand new.
Oh, wow.
Like, came out last year. So she's an American, and to escape her abusive relationship, she takes a job as a nanny in England. It's this old home, mansion. It's this older couple, and she thinks she's going to meet a little boy. Well, it turns out the little boy is just a creepy doll.
Whoa.
And then the backstory is the little boy was real at one point. He died. And so you feel like the parents, especially the mom, kind of had the doll made to fill that void, and they just take care of the doll. And the doll has rules, and there's, there's a routine for the doll that she has to follow.
So when you see it, is it as a doll or as a boy?
You see it as a doll.
Okay.
Like from the get-go, you, just like her, you're like, oh, it's a crazy family. And she's been brought overseas to nanny a doll.
Uh-huh.
And so then, like the last words from the mom are, just be nice to him and he'll be nice to you. And you're like,
boy.
okay. So she leaves. Well, it's a horror movie, so
Yeah.
weird things. So then you come to believe, and I'm going to spoil this movie for you because I don't want you to see it.
I don't want to see it.
So you come to believe that perhaps the spirit of the little boy does inhabit the doll because weird things start happening. Like, you see creepy little feet run by a door or the shadow at least. And some of her clothing starts missing. And so clearly the boy's spirit has possessed the doll. And then she convinces a friend of her that she meets there that the boy's spirit has possessed the doll because it will move. Like she will sit at one spot, leave the room, and it will be somewhere totally different, as if it's getting up and walking itself. Then her abusive boyfriend tracks her down. And, he's an asshole. So he's all violent. He's starting fights. And during the fight that ensues from the asshole ex-boyfriend, he breaks a mirror. When he breaks a mirror, you see the 30-year-old boy had actually survived the fire that he supposedly died in, and he comes through the mirror.
What?
Yeah. He's been living within the house this whole time. Like behind the walls and in with the guts of the house, he lives. And everything's like he can see the whole house, like the mirrors are two-way mirrors and all this stuff. Oh, it gets better. When he comes through the mirror, he was horribly disfigured in the fire. So he's wearing a mask of the doll, like the doll face that you see the whole movie.
Wow.
He's wearing a porcelain mask of that doll face when he comes through the mirror.
This is straight to video, right? I mean, it had to be.
This had a theatrical release.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never even heard of this.
And of course, like all movie bad guys do, he has more strength than he should.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
It's hard
yeah.
to overpower him.
Yeah.
As if the fire gave him some sort of magical powers. But yeah, that's the movie.
Wow. How is he defeated?
How is he defeated? I think Maggie kills him.
Really?
Maggie Martha kills him.
Maggie Martha?
Yeah, she ends up killing him. And then leaves the... No, I don't think he died.
Ah.
I
Set
think
up
they
for
were
a sequel?
Yeah. Oh, there will be no sequel.
No.
It's so bad that when he comes through the mirror and peers into the camera with the porcelain doll face, my wife started laughing.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's that bad.
Oh, yeah. I'm looking this up. I remember this.
The Boy.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, it's horrible.
Wow.
It's a horrible, horrible movie. Like we thought, this will be kind of a good, fun, creepy Halloween movie.
Yeah.
It was so bad, I forgot to mention it last week.
Wow. So on comingsoon.net, they reviewed the film.
Uh-huh.
The summary of the review for The Boy, it says, The Boy is an atmospheric, wildly gothic gem.
What?
That's what it says.
No way.
I promise you.
This movie is terrible.
I promise you.
Like it could have been better. Like it's not, like the acting's not bad. The atmosphere is not bad. Like you kind of get vested in the movie as it goes along until the 30-year-old comes out of the mirror with the porcelain face.
Yeah.
And that's when you completely check out of the film. So I think had he not had the mask on, you might have bought into it a little more.
I think they love this movie. Comingsoon.net loves The Boy.
What'd they give it? What was because they give like stars or numbers or...
I mean, can I give you the final paragraph? I don't see an actual rating, but let me give you the final paragraph. Can I do that?
Yeah.
A great performance by Cohen, solid directing, a great minimalist McCreary score, and acres of sheer, quietly unsettling, vaguely kinky strangeness make The Boy one of the best contemporary wide-release horror movies I've seen in years.
I solidly disagree with that.
That's fun. Like if I read this, I would want to see it. If I heard what you just said, I would not want to see it.
Yeah, it's only 27%. It's 27% rotten on RottenTomatoes.com.
So maybe you need time to think about this for a bit because the second to last paragraph says this. I'll summarize it for you. It says, what I like the most about The Boy is the darkness at its heart, one that doesn't really sink in until after the film has ended and you've swirled it around in your senses a bit. You need to marinate on this for a while.
No. I don't think so. But yeah, there's another Walking Dead tie. It is Bear McCreary, who does the music for The Walking Dead, did the music for the movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no actual... that's interesting. The comingsoon.net loves the boy.
It's terrible. Like, you do believe that, like, the doll is haunted at some point.
Yeah.
Like, it's the doll doing
And it's a
all
creepy
this
doll. It's a creepy
Yeah.
doll. It's very just...
Like,
there.
he steals her clothes when she's in the shower and stuff like that, and a locket that she wears, and then it shows up. Oh, yeah. And then she finds it. Oh, I forgot. When she realizes that he's been living within the house, and then she's able to go back into the caverns of the house, she finds his living quarters, where he has made a doll of her out of a dress that he stole.
Wow.
From her bag.
So now the owners / parents of this doll that believe he to be a real boy,
And they killed themselves.
were they the original boy's parents?
Yes. Yes. And then you...
So they were older.
Yes, they were
Because if he's
older.
30 years old and
Yeah,
the
they
doll is
were
a small
older.
boy. Okay.
And the whole thing is this is the first, vacation they've taken in a long time.
It sounds like one of my... It's nothing in comparison, but it sounds like it could be one of my least favorite episodes of The Twilight Zone.
Really?
Well, I mean, it sounds like it's one of those where I wouldn't like it. You know what I mean? Like, sounds
Yeah.
like a 25 to 30-minute show episode that's not too memorable.
Yeah, it's not
what I'm
memorable
saying.
at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, you find out that the reason why they brought her in is they were going off to kill themselves. So clearly if you really want to know, what it comes down to is that they knew he was still alive and that he was doing all this stuff. And I guess he forced them to take care of the doll. I don't know. That's really not explained. But he caused the house fire that he supposedly died in, but it did kill a little girl who lived down the street. Apparently. One of his playmates. He killed in the fire. He purposely killed her in a house fire. And then, I guess, moved into the guts of the house.
It says it has a clear hint at a sequel provided at the end.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he lives.
Okay. Oh,
I
he
think.
does? Oh.
I think he lives.
You don't even... It wasn't
I
that,
don't even remember.
Was that good to remember?
I don't remember. I know her and her new English boyfriend escaped.
Ah.
But the American boyfriend died.
Oh, she had two... okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Porcelain Face killed him.
William Brent Bell is the director.
Not his best work. And I haven't seen anything else.
I'll think about checking it out.
No, I don't think you should. I think you'll hate it.
Okay.
The most interesting part of the movie is the fact that Lauren Cohen, who is English and does...
Oh, right. I keep forgetting about that. Yeah.
Does the Georgia accent on The Walking Dead, does a different accent. And it's an American accent, but it's a different American accent.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
More Midwestern.
Wow. Mm-hmm. So I really enjoyed... I talked about it last week, and maybe the week before that. I really enjoyed The Walking Dead Season 6. And it's odd because Cassie, my fiance, likes the show, and she said Season 6 was one of her least favorites.
Really?
Odd, huh?
That is odd.
Yeah.
But you enjoyed it more.
Yeah, well, of course, I've missed 3, 4, and 5. I left in the middle of 2. So maybe I missed the better things, and maybe... I don't know.
Well, she probably...
And she's still watching it. She will watch it, but she's like, man, I just kind of... She has the complaint now of what I had in Season 2. Like, it's not about the zombie. It's more about just a soap opera with that in the background, and even it's the same plot points over and over again. They screw them over. Don't trust them. They love them. Let's have sex with them. Kill them. Which is true, but I guess that's part of the appeal. Come back for more.
But when that bell tower came down...
Yeah, that was kind of crazy.
And the Horde invaded Alexandria.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. And I forgot because I went back and watched Season 1 again. So I was back in that mode. Maybe thought about going and sweeping it through 1 through 5. Just kind of... I mean, I know who all lives and dies and plot points, but just to see it myself. And so I started episode 1 of Season 1. I forgot how... It was a lot different. The zombies were faster then. It was it was a slight jog some of them had.
And they look different.
Yeah.
Because part of what they're trying to do, and I saw an interview where Greg Nicotero talked about this, they are trying to age, like, once the zombies happen, I mean, they're going to look like fresh zombies at first, but as you go along, they will start to
deteriorate
and break down more and slow down. And so they're trying to do that. So I'm thinking, at this point, isn't it just a game of waiting them out?
Yeah.
Then?
Probably so.
Because eventually they just would
die off, would they? I guess they would.
But they're already dead.
The taste for human flesh and brains, is that needed or desired? That's the question.
I don't think they...
Can they die of starvation?
Do they crave brains? I don't think they crave brains.
These zombies don't. I think they just want flesh, right? Or that's their food, or humans, right? Or some kind of meat.
I guess, yeah. Yeah, but I've seen them eat animals, too.
Yeah. Did you see George Romero bash The Walking Dead this week?
I saw that.
Yeah.
And World War Z.
Yeah.
That he can't make his, what do you say, his quaint zombie movies.
Yeah. Well, it's true, because, people under the age of 30, if they saw a straight-to-video or even maybe in a theatrical release George Romero movie, they would see that as a knockoff of The Walking Dead, when clearly that is not.
I am a George Romero fan.
Right, yeah.
That is well documented on this show. But let's be honest.
Oh, no.
I'm just going to say Land of the Dead.
Yeah. That's true.
I do understand what he's saying, and I appreciate his opinion.
Yeah.
But Land of the Dead.
You'd have to have some kind of angst towards that if you were the actual godfather of this subgenre, and this stuff happens now and people pay you no respect. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That'd make me angry as well.
Like, how did Wes Craven feel in the 90s?
Just the way he's totally, maybe not his fault, but 2020 is, what's the word I'm looking for? What's that saying? 2020 vision is...
Hindsight's 2020?
There we go. That's what I'm trying to say. Because he did everything wrong as far as publicity and marketing and licenses. To this day, the original Walking Dead, or the original Night of the Living Dead, is public domain from 1968. Anybody can own it and produce it and sell it for a profit because he didn't have the proper rights for it. Where now, there are people having huge... thousands of people of conventions of The Walking Dead alone. That's how much the license matters for that brand right there, when he himself has no brand because he didn't do it properly. And I think that may make him angry as well.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure it does.
You know what I mean?
Because he's missed out on a fortune.
Yeah, for sure. And now he sees this Walking Dead brand is stamped on everything, and he knows Robert Kirkman is getting a chunk out of every single thing sold. He knows that.
Right.
And without George Romero, there would be no Robert Kirkman. That much is a fact.
That's true. That's true.
That would piss me off.
Well, Romero didn't create zombies.
The modern, what we know as zombies, I know he didn't create the classic voodoo, those kind of zombies.
That goes back to, what, the 30s?
Yeah, but the White Zombie is one of the first, ones I know of on film, at least, the movie White Zombie. But from what we know of, the dead coming back to life.
The horde mentality of zombies.
Yeah,
and that sort of thing,
busting through windows and grabbing people and eating brains, and that whole thing is Romero.
Which one did they talk? That wasn't a Romero movie.
What's that?
The zombie movie where they talked, where they actually said brains.
Oh, that was Return of the Living Dead. So he and the other writer, they broke off, and that guy could use The Living Dead, where from then on, Romero never used that. It was always Night of the Living Dead, then Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead.
Right.
But he got to keep the Living Dead part. And so he had Return of the Living Dead, which was cool. It was like an 80s punk movie. It was cool.
Brains make the pain go away.
But basically, I think he's mad about that, because I would be.
I totally understand it.
Yeah.
And I understand what he's saying, too, that he can't do a movie that anyone would go see.
Yeah, I understand his pain.
Because, everybody wants to see huge apocalyptic scale movies.
Yeah.
Even the remake of Dawn of the Dead was a much larger movie than the original Dawn of the Dead. So.
Sad.
And that is sad. Poor George Romero.
But going back to The Walking Dead Season 1, they had the foresight, or maybe it was just a coincidence, but everyone, I forgot, in Season 1 had short hair. And they kind of knew, because now Rick has pretty long hair, Glenn has longer hair, or had longer hair.
Yeah.
Daryl has much longer hair. Even Carol has longer hair. Compared to what it was then, everyone had a little bit more than a buzz cut back then.
That's true.
And now it's so gradual you don't notice it.
Yeah.
But now in Season 6, everyone has longer hair.
And it just makes them look more aged.
Yeah, and it's kind of not so well kept up. But back then, everyone had short, chopped up, nice hair. Go back and watch just the first 30 minutes of Season 1, Episode 1. You're like, wow. Mm-hmm. Everyone's so clean-shaven and proper haircuts. Carol had a pixie cut. She almost had a buzz cut herself.
Yeah, and Rick's partner,
which one? Shane? Yeah.
Yeah, he had a buzz cut.
Right, he did.
Because he was always rubbing it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of funny to see. Even Glenn, you don't think of Glenn as having long hair, but compared to the first season, it's much, much longer.
Mm-hmm.
Even Maggie, before the end of Season 6, when she cut it off again.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
Weird, huh? Yeah.
Everybody looks much, much younger, too. Of course, that was
time.
8 years ago.
Yeah, big time.
At this point now.
Yeah.
When they filmed it.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody looks so young.
Yeah.
In that first season.
I forgot about Merle. I forgot about him.
Yeah, Merle?
Totally forgot about him.
Yeah. I don't care. I'll be in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you see? We probably should do our due diligence. I think next week we're going to spoil Doctor
Strange?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to go see it this
We'll
week.
give it 1 week.
Yeah. Have you seen it?
No.
Oh.
No.
What were you going to ask me if I've seen?
That.
Oh, Doctor Strange?
Yeah.
Have I seen how good apparently this movie is?
Right, but it's Marvel. I totally agree with the reviews, but I think at this point, no matter what happens, the critics will love a Marvel movie and hate a DC movie. Which I totally agree with. I'm not bashing that idea. I'm behind that thought process. But I think no matter how good or bad it is, it's the way it goes.
I don't know. Well, Thor: The Dark World was a few years ago.
Didn't the critics like it?
No, I don't think it was critically acclaimed.
I mean, that was clearly
And
my
neither
least...
was Iron Man 2, honestly.
like
But
that
that
one.
was early in the MCU.
Yeah.
So,
And now they know.
yeah.
But I'm excited for this.
Moviefone, since we're talking about Doctor Strange,
Yeah.
Moviefone has ranked all the Marvel movies. There's been 47 Marvel movies, and that includes the MCU, all the Marvel movies before. There's been 47 films based off a Marvel property.
Wow.
They've ranked them 47 to 1.
Oh, God.
I'm going to quickly go through this list.
Okay, quickly, yeah.
Because I got to do the bottom of the list.
Oh, yeah.
And obviously the top of the list.
So this is every single Marvel movie ever.
And number 47
Yeah.
didn't even come up on my radar.
Every single Marvel movie ever.
Yes. Keep that in mind.
Not just Marvel Studios, but Marvel.
Not Marvel Studios. This is every Marvel movie ever.
This is fun.
This includes
This is fun.
the original Fantastic Four,
Yeah.
the Blade movies, all the X-Men movies
Right.
before. Yeah.
Okay.
Number 47, Man-Thing from 2005.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Didn't know that was a thing. Pun intended.
Up next, 1994's The Fantastic Four.
Okay. They count that, huh?
They count that.
I'm going to be mad how low Howard the Duck is going to be on here. Just a heads up.
Oh,
I'm already pissed.
I know you will be.
I'm already pissed.
Right
I'm
ab-
already pissed.
right above the 1994 Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
1990's Captain America.
Okay, understandable. I can I call? I think Punisher with Dolph Lundgren is next. That should be around here soon. What?
Howard the Duck from
Mother
1985.
That's uncalled for. You're saying that's worse than the Punisher. Come on. It's at least enjoyable.
It's one worse than the Punisher from 1989.
Man.
Oh, yeah. Man, Dolph Lundgren looks so young.
Well, it was 89.
That's true.
That was 3 years removed from Drago.
Just better than that,
Yeah.
Punisher Warzone from 2008.
I was going to call that next. I think I have this list down.
And right above that is Blade Trinity from 2005.
Really?
Yeah.
Still
That
never
was the weakest of the Blade movies.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
And also had Ryan Reynolds in it.
Yeah, and Triple H.
Yeah, the first Marvel movie with Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Number 40, Ghost Rider from 2012. Ghost Rider Spirit of
I was gonna
Vengeance.
say Spirit of Vengeance should be below the original. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Elektra
Okay.
is next.
That belongs. I'm not hating on this. Besides the Howard the Duck thing,
Ghost Rider from 2007 is next at 38.
that's kind of low. I didn't despise that when it came out.
From 2007, Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer.
We saw that opening night.
We sure did.
That was almost 10 years ago now.
Uh-huh.
Wow. Whoa! Wait.
From 2007.
I know.
yeah.
I agree, but they're putting that one below last year's Fantastic Four.
Apparently.
Wait a damn minute. That should be in the bottom. That should be in the bottom rung. Did you ever see that yet?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Please, I'm begging you.
Maybe they just felt like they were bashing too much on the Fantastic Four.
There's no way that's worse than that. I can't agree with this.
The next one at 36, 2003's Hulk.
Oh, they're pushing my buttons here. They're pushing my buttons.
Number 35, The Punisher from 2004.
I enjoyed that movie too.
Number 34.
You can't tell me The Punisher is worse than X3. You can't tell me that with a straight face.
I would not have put it that low.
Yeah.
That Punisher. I actually like that one with Thomas
Yeah,
Jane.
it's good.
I thought it was pretty good. Number 34, X-Men Origins Wolverine. Number 33, Fantastic Four from 2015.
Wow. They like that a little too much.
That's just one worse than Fantastic Four from 2005.
So we have what in the bottom 11? We have 4 Fantastic Four movies.
Yep. Number 31, Daredevil from 2003.
Can we take a small little side here? What is it about that franchise and those comic characters that can't be done properly? Like, I love the comics. I think it is one of comics' modern families that we owe it to. Why can't they be portrayed properly on screen? It's a simple formula.
Having already looked at this entire list,
Mm-hmm.
I will tell you that whoever put this together, and I'm sure I could find the person who did this list,
Yeah.
favors the MCU movies.
Okay. Well, I mean,
So I guess
understandably, they're better made. You can't deny that.
my answer to that would be, let's see a Fantastic Four movie from the MCU.
Right.
If
But,
they-
but that'll always be better. I mean, we thought Spider-Man was good until he came over
But
to the
you
MCU.
ask, how can they do it right? Let that Marvel team at
Not
Marvel
just how can it
Studios
be
do
done right, but what is being done wrong? I mean, please watch last year's Fantastic
What's
Four,
being
and you'll
done
see
wrong?
like this is not good.
Is people that are writing these that shouldn't be writing them.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Fantastic Four was the original team
Yeah.
in comics.
Yeah.
Like, they're so important.
Mm-hmm.
And to see them so poorly done.
I told you what happens. They get drunk in a laboratory.
Yeah, I know.
And cross dimensions, pretty much.
It's a happy accident.
Oh, man. Continue.
Number 30, The Amazing Spider-Man 2 from 2014.
Okay, I can take that.
You won't be able to take this.
Oh, no.
Number 29, The Amazing Spider-Man from
no,
2012.
I think that's much better than that.
they
They put that below Spider-Man 3, really. Okay.
They also put it below X3 from 2006. at number 28.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 3, number 27
Okay,
from
okay.
2007. Number 26, The Incredible Hulk from 2008.
Wow. The highest Hulk we have is 26, huh? Okay.
Yeah. Number 25, Iron Man 2 from 2010.
Wow.
Number 24, Thor the Dark World from 2013.
They really thought Iron Man 2 was worse than Thor the Dark World, huh?
They also thought Thor the Dark World was worse than X-Men Apocalypse at 23.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Number 22, Thor. Apparently they're not Thor fans.
Not so much.
I thought Thor was a great movie.
Yeah, I think it surprised us is what happened. We didn't expect much, and it was amazing.
Number 21. Also, I think this is fair to say this is where you start seeing... I don't think you can start saying these are bad movies anymore.
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah.
Number 21, The Wolverine from 2013, which I enjoyed. Number 20, Blade from 1998.
X2 hasn't been called yet. This is a little high for X2 to me.
Number 19, Blade 2 from 2002.
Little high for X2.
I was disappointed with this next one.
Yeah.
Ant-Man at number 18. Because I think Ant-Man is better than X2.
I agree. And all X-Men movies.
Most X-Men movies. Number 17, X-Men from 2000.
What?
X2 is going to be higher than the original X-Men.
Wow. Wow.
Number 16, Doctor Strange from this year.
That's kind of fast.
Yep.
That's not bad, though, to have it in the top 20.
Yeah, it's top 20. Number 15, Captain America, The First Avenger.
Nice.
Number 14, Spider-Man from 2002. Mm-hmm. Number 13, Avengers Age of Ultron.
Okay. Okay.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's fairish.
This is not fair. Number 12, Iron Man from 2008.
Good. 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 I don't hate that movie. I love it, but I was afraid that would be number one.
Number 11, X-Men Days of Future Past from 2014.
Really?
That was a good movie.
They're putting First Class above that, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Here we go. Top 10, according to Moviefone.
This blows my mind. I'm going through all these, and I've seen all but about 3 of these, and I'm thinking, wow, I've invested so much of my time, thought, and money into Marvel. You don't realize until you break down that list of
Yeah.
it's a lot of money and time.
With the exception of Man-Thing,
Yeah.
I've seen every one of these movies.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't seen the Fantastic Four from 94.
Right. Or the new one.
Or the new one.
Yeah.
That's true. Number 10. You want to hack a guess at what number 10 is?
I'm going to say Spider-Man 2.
Deadpool.
Ah,
From last
okay.
year.
Once again, top 10 here. This is kind of the best of the best.
These are the best of the best. Number 9, Captain America Civil War. From
They put that
this
below
past
Winter
summer.
Soldier, eh? Interesting.
Number 8, Iron Man 3. So
I enjoyed it.
according to this list, Iron Man 3 is the best Iron Man movie. I don't think I would put it above the first one. It grew on me.
I like it a lot. People hate on that, but I like it quite a bit.
Number 7, Guardians of the Galaxy.
That one hurts me.
Number 6, Big Hero 6.
Oh, come on.
Yeah,
Does that
see?
count? How does that count?
Not every Marvel movie has to be cut from the Avengers cloth. The family-friendly CG animated film is one of its most obscure source material and delivered a crowd-pleasing superhero.
Wow.
Number 5, X-Men First Class.
Wow, I don't know. That's not top 5 to me.
Number 4, X2.
This list is invalid now. That very bonds the whole thing.
It's the Wrath of Khan of the X-Men films as our heroes team up with their enemy to battle an even bigger threat, Colonel Stryker.
Yeah, how is that a bigger threat? He has...
Number 3, The Avengers from 2012.
Okay. I see where this is going.
Number 2, Spider-Man 2 from 2004. And number 1, according to Moviefone, the greatest Marvel movie ever, Captain America, the Winter Soldier from 2014.
Wow. Interesting.
Think about that. So does this Deadpool news that's come out in the last week concern you?
A little bit, yeah.
Tim Miller, I guess
Yeah.
the director of the original Deadpool, left because of creative differences
Right.
with Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah. Because the guy he wanted to play, from what I read, Deadpool, I forget the actor's name. Ryan Reynolds was not a fan of that
Oh, you mean
casting
Cable?
choice. Is that what I said?
Cable?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Meant to say Cable.
Yeah, this is from comicbook.com. The word regarding the Miller-Reynolds feud was that it was over a stylistic approach for the sequel. Reynolds wanted to focus on the comedy and meta humor. Miller wanted to make a bigger budget superhero action movie. Another sticking point was who could play Cable, with Miller wanting Kyle Chandler
That's who it was, yeah.
and Reynolds disapproving of the choice. The Cable issue aside, has everyone worried because just 2 days ago, Junkie XL left from doing the soundtrack.
Really?
Which lends credit to the idea that Tim Miller's stylistic ideas for Deadpool 2 may have more merit than Reynolds. This is all I want to know.
Yeah.
Because they both said, after the movie was a huge hit, they both say, oh, it's all that guy. No, it's all that guy. Oh, no, it's all you, Ryan Reynolds. Who came up with the Ronnie Millsap joke? That's all I want to know.
Right, yeah.
Whoever came up with the Ronnie Millsap joke, I'm going to take their side.
I think at this point, Ryan Reynolds is much more important than the director of that. I mean, it wasn't that style. You think about the actual directing?
Well, this is like, you remember we had this conversation right after I saw the movie, and it was like, be careful, because Deadpool 2, you're going to have the studios wanting something, and they're going to try to up the game rather than dancing with who brought them to the dance.
Yeah.
They're going to try to make it bigger and better, and it sounds like that's exactly what caused this to happen.
Yeah.
I think.
I wonder what they wanted from it. Like, I mean, a much bigger, just more... I'm sure their budget now is threefold what it was before.
Yeah, I'm sure Tim Miller wanted to bring in more X-Men
Yeah, probably so.
than just 2 that weren't in the X-Men movies.
Right, yeah.
So,
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah. But do you really want Ryan Reynolds having that much creative control?
Yeah,
I don't think you do.
I
don't think you do.
You don't think so?
Nope.
But he is this Deadpool. Like, he is.
He's Deadpool.
Yeah.
But I don't think you want him. Like, look what happened. Like, okay, the first Rocky movie aside, look what happened when Stallone would be in charge. It's still Rocky.
Right.
Or it's still Rambo.
Yeah.
But it's Rambo 3.
Yeah.
Or it's Rocky 4.
Right.
Ryan Reynolds is very talented. A comedic actor. I will give him that. But probably not a great director. I don't know.
We'll see.
He's no Clint Eastwood.
It's scary.
He's no Mel Gibson.
But he is. I mean, you have to keep him happy. Like, anyone else could direct this, and that could work out for the better or for the worse. No one else can play Deadpool. No one can.
No, I totally agree with you. He is Deadpool.
Yeah.
But I would just be concerned.
I think he's more important. I mean, people put the emphasis on when Hugh Jackman leaves as Wolverine, it's going to be tough to, if that ever gets replaced, I think in less than a decade we'll see that replacement.
Oh, yeah,
and
for
it'll be
sure.
fine.
Yeah.
We'll look back on that with fond memories like, oh, I remember that crazy Wolverine 10 years ago. He sucked so much.
He's so stupid.
That's
It's
gonna
like
happen.
when Michael Keaton was Batman.
Exactly. That's going to happen.
Yeah.
Look at that Jack Nicholson Joker. It's going to happen. But Deadpool, I don't see it happening. Like, that's a tough one. Like, he is Deadpool.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
Like, he's got one thing
Yeah.
that he can do well.
Yeah.
And it's Deadpool.
Like, I don't like it, pretty much any other thing he's done.
Nope.
But this is perfect.
Nothing.
I mean, really.
I've never liked anything he did until
Yeah.
Deadpool.
Like, I haven't laughed that hard in theaters in a long time. It's been a while. I'm glad it was that popular. And well done, but
I don't think they'll be able to recreate that.
I don't know. I don't see why
It's
not.
not gonna happen.
I don't see it. Like I said, it wasn't stylized. I didn't go out of that like, oh, man, I love the directing in that movie.
But maybe you did.
Yeah,
And you just didn't know.
maybe so. Just maybe.
So,
I'm ready for it. Part 2, though.
what about Junkie XL leaving?
That's, I mean, wouldn't know if you didn't tell me.
Gamers Corner coming up.
It is. Quite a bit of news, you know.
Gaming news?
Yeah. For the first time in a long time, here's a funny story. I always go to the same place to get my news and my new releases, you know. I have people write into me, much like Adam's Ghost. I have writers from around the world that write in.
They're just the IGN staff.
things that are happening. And they always they send me different letters to the mail and in emails.
Those are called posts to website.
For some reason, I think I've noticed for about the past 6 months, I haven't been looking through the files of the 3DS. And we finally have a 3DS new release this week.
All of that for a 3DS release.
Yeah, but we've had 3DS new releases every single week. I just haven't talked about them.
Well, I'm excited. I can't wait to see what it is.
Hey, one of our favorite gaming franchises celebrates its 10-year anniversary this week. You'll know soon.
Okay, auditions for the new Earth Station Who co-host. Take one. Go ahead.
I am not a good man, and I'm not a bad man. I am not a hero, and I'm definitely not a president. And, no, I'm not an officer. Do you know what I am? I am an idiot, with a box and a screwdriver.
Not too shabby. Can you close this up?
Earth Station Who, a fun mashup celebrating over 50 years of the Doctor Who universe. You never know where the TARDIS is going to go next. Earth Station Who podcast can be found at www.earthstationwho.com. Earth Station Who is a proud member of the ESO network. We are up on Facebook, iTunes, Stitcher Radio, or wherever fine podcasts are found. Peace, and we are done. Did I pass the audition?
We'll get back to you. Next.
Grab your joystick.
This game is an atrocity.
It's time for Gamers Corner.
I think it'll make a person become insane.
Gamers Corner brought to you by Grand Ole Game Room Expo. It's next weekend
Yes, it is.
in the luxurious Marriott Cool Springs, just south of Nashville. We're going to be there.
We are.
You should be there.
We're going to have a live show twice throughout the weekend.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
And you can join us. Go to grandolexpo.com for more information now. Look, it's Adam.
Hey, it's me. A lot of gaming new releases. The holiday season is upon us. We're past Halloween now. Almost at the gobble season. How about new releases, such as quite a few PC new releases this week, you know.
Okay.
I'm going to start small and go big. So you may want to get that can ready.
Oh, okay.
Get your can ready.
Are your cans ready?
Such as on the PC, you know, virtual reality is a big thing these days.
Or a fad.
How about Social Interaction Trainer?
Wait a minute.
Yeah? Oh.
You've piqued my interest.
Oh, you think you want to play that game now?
Maybe.
You're going to buy an Oculus Rift and play your Social Interaction Trainer?
Can it teach introverts to be extroverts?
Quite possibly.
Oh.
You're going to save your can pop, aren't you?
Maybe.
How about, I've got two more classic PC releases for you. You know, next week is the election.
Yeah.
Did you ever play Whack-A-Mole back in the old arcade days?
You know I did.
How about
and at Opryland.
How about you replace the moles with the presidential nominees and we play Whack-A-Vote hammering the polls on the PC?
That sounds dirty.
Last but not least...
That sounds like an email they found on Anthony Weiner's hard drive.
How about the last PC release? We have a game, you know, Mahjong.
Mahjong?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it a classic Asian puzzle game?
Yep.
What if you replaced those tiles with little kitties and called it Meowjong?
Oh, that's getting it. If I can get it open.
Yeah. That was a hefty pop there.
I know. Thanks.
Meowjong, available on PC now.
Meow, 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 meow.
If you're a fan of the Atari Classics on the PS4 and the Xbox One this week, check out Atari Flashback Classics Volume 1 and Volume 2. Because you know when you want to pay $500 for a new age console to play Atari games.
What's some of the games on there?
I see some Centipede, some Millipede, maybe some Rally X, things like that.
Games that have been repackaged and put out over the last 30 years.
Exactly. And I used to buy these compilations, but I had to stop.
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
To play this on your... I mean, if you want to play that, play it on the original way it was meant to be played.
Right.
Or...
at an arcade.
Go to the Grand Ole Game Room Expo.
Hey, we were on the same page.
There you go. Also, you know, the PS4 VR released a few weeks ago. We talked about that. How about the Apollo 11 VR experience on the PlayStation 4?
You can drive the Apollo 11?
Yeah.
That's probably... pilot is probably the word I was looking for.
It's a better word for that, yeah. We could do that.
Land on the moon?
Kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
You and Big Buzz and little Neil.
Oh, Big Buzz.
Like I said, finally a 3DS new release. It's just been about 6 months I've talked about the 3DS. It's still a dominant handheld console, but finally this week we have the new Mario Party on 3DS. Mario Party Star Rush. Available to a tiny little handheld console near you.
I should have saved my can.
No.
Yes.
It's a 3DS. Last but not least, probably the biggest selling game of the year, at least one of. I don't know why. It's like a Britney Spears album. People don't admit to playing it or buying it or listening to it, but it comes out and it sells millions.
Minecraft.
Call of Duty Infinite Warfare is out now for all consoles and PC. So now we have Battlefield 1 out. It's funny how for a while there they were both doing the Battlefield 3 and 4 and Modern Warfare stuff, and now Infinite Warfare is way, way in the future. It looks like almost like a Halo or Destiny game, and Battlefield's went the exact opposite, and even further past World War II than World War I now.
Yeah.
So we have a distant future with Call of Duty, or way, way back in the past with Battlefield. I wonder who wins this one this year.
Is Snoopy and the Red Baron in Battlefield 1?
I don't think so. Speaking of Red Baron.
Pizza?
Yeah, exactly. There's in my place of work yesterday, a guy comes in and has a fancy corporate meeting, and he's wearing a nice polo with the Red Baron logo on there. He works for Red Baron Corporate. There are dream jobs out there you can have.
Would that be a dream job for you?
Yeah, imagine that. Imagine the things you can take home for Red Baron Corporate.
Pizza?
Yeah. That sounds terrible, doesn't it?
Yeah. I can't believe you envy this guy.
I was like, wow. How do I get my foot in that pizza door?
He's got the Red Baron. He's got the Red Baron on his shirt. He works for corporate.
How do I get my foot in that oven door? How do I do it? That's all I have for gaming new releases. That means I have some gaming news, you know.
Sorry.
Oh.
News.
You know, I won't leave you hanging. Before the break, we talked about one of our favorite gaming series hitting its 10th year anniversary.
10-year anniversary.
Yeah. Which would mean about November of 2006. What game would that be we both played and enjoyed?
It was the first one?
Yeah, the very
in the
first one.
franchise?
Yeah. You ready for it?
Oh, Dead Rising?
Nope.
It's got to be an Xbox game.
It is, yeah. Sure is.
Because that's when the Xbox came out.
Yep. With chainsaws.
Oh, Gears of War.
There you go. Gears of War celebrating its 10th anniversary, meaning Gears of War 4 has some nice DLC headed its way.
Happy anniversary, Marcus.
Yay. Also a game, well, maybe not we love. We loved it for a bit, but I still continue to love to this day, and that is Hearthstone. Hearthstone has a new Mean Streets of Gadget Zan DLC expansion pack coming out.
Oh, this sounds very steampunky.
Bringing 132 new cards to the game of Hearthstone. 132, man.
That's a lot.
It's at least 500 new cards since you've played the game last. I'm curious if you saw. I kind of want to show you a game before I leave today to show you the beauty that is Hearthstone now. I play daily. I still play mini games daily.
I know you do.
And I can't reach past level 15. That's the kind of state we're in.
You and our buddy Josh from Collection Connection.
I know. We're pretty,
You guys still play.
Right before his wedding, I threw a hotspot up on my phone in the back alley, and he brought his iPad out and played a quick game of Hearth. Just to calm the nerves a little bit, you know? Bring it down a notch.
Were the nerves ratcheted up?
No.
Ratcheted up?
No. But it's
ratcheted.
Still a fun time.
Is your nerves ratcheted?
Your nerves. Have we talked much about the World Series yet?
No, we haven't.
We should in a bit. In the meantime, if you're an Xbox Live member, for the small price of $1, you can give your avatar a Chicago Cubs championship ring to wear for your avatar. $1.
Oh, that's fun.
That's kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for all those bandwagon fans. I can't tell you the amount of Cubs hats I've seen in the past 48 hours.
Oh, I would not buy any of their merchandise.
No.
I mean, I was glad to see the Cubs win, but
Yeah.
I could never say, I've been a Cubs fan for 108 years. No, I haven't.
No.
But I did get vested in the World Series.
Right. Overwatch, the popular first-person shooter by Blizzard, has finally hit 20 million players, the fastest game ever to do that for Blizzard. Now, Blizzard, who owns StarCraft, World of Warcraft, Diablo. Overwatch, in theory, is the most popular game of theirs of all time, hitting 20 million players the fastest.
That's odd.
That's crazy, right? Mm-hmm. What's that jingly noise? Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes.
I think it's doing a podcast in my garage.
Last but not least, have you heard the video game voice actors are on strike right now?
I've heard that.
Yeah, they're wanting an extra compensation based on video game sales. Do you agree with that?
It's like you're doing a monologue.
It's true. Start out with a nice serious bit and end with a joke.
I know.
I don't have a punchline for that, though. I don't.
It's the gamer's monologue. So we hear the voice actors are on strike.
I have no punchline for that.
How strike are they?
Got no punchline. But what do you think? Do you agree with that? I mean, do you think? Of course, it should be more fair. But I mean, at the same time, are they as important to the final edition of a game as a designer is, as a story writer is, as a composer is? Do they? Because those guys, as far as I know, a composer of a game doesn't get more money based on the sales of it. The person who created a fantastic score for a Skyrim game gets a flat fee. They don't get what's based on how many sales it makes. Do you think voice actors are that important? Are they at this point in the game?
Yes.
Yeah.
In 2016, they are.
No, it's different for a game, once again, like Grand Theft Auto 5, where these guys, their likeness is on there. They probably have some motion capture work. They're fully invested in the game for years of their life. They're working on that. But for a straight-up voice actor, I mean, I totally respect them, and they're very important. But is it that important? More so than everyone else that works on the game. That's all I'm saying.
Well, you were a big fan of the BioShock games.
Right.
Do you think that part of the experience was the voice actors?
Definitely.
I think so, too.
For sure, yeah.
I think so, too. I think I've played a lot of games where, I mean, even in Fallout 4, half the fun is some of the voices in the game. So I think in 2016, every large game like this that's going to have a lot of voice actors, is going to have a lot of music, it should be approached the same way that a movie is. And the pay scale should be similar, I think.
Yeah.
Just my opinion.
Yeah. But I mean, in that same way, are actors, they're paid a flat fee for a movie, right? If the movie bombs, they make the same as to use it.
It depends on the deal that they have. You know, Nicholson, we talked about Batman earlier, when he agreed to play the Joker in 89's Batman, he got a cut of the Batman movies for years to come, and the Joker merchandising from the movies. I think much like live action actors, I think voice actors, if they establish themselves to be a superstar in voice acting, then they should be allowed to create contracts like that. And probably with that, the overall, as important as it is to gaming today, and I've heard from many voice actors especially, that video game developers and manufacturers, they still gouge the voice actors. And they're too important to games today.
Yeah.
But the same thing, like you said, the same thing can be said for music. The music is awfully important in games today too. So
I'm not saying they shouldn't be compensated for that, but if they are, shouldn't everyone else? I mean, sure, the voice acting was important in BioShock. Weren't the graphics? Wasn't the score, or weren't the story itself? Wasn't that important as well?
But do we know? Do we have a comparison as to how much an artist makes versus a voice actor?
No, I don't know those numbers. That could be the problem there.
Is it? Are the voice actors getting the shaft in these video games? If so, then that's why they have a union to try to be compensated.
Right.
For.
Yeah.
Not just why they have a union, but one of the perks of being in a union.
Because if that were to happen, if they were to get more money, that means in the big picture, someone else is getting less money. And if that is a big wig, some guy in a suit that works for an EA publisher that has no creative process to it, that's fine. But if it's taking away for some more creative people.
You mean if they're saying, okay, we're going to take it from the art department?
Yeah. I mean, who's it coming from is the question.
But I think, and we could have a whole sociological conversation about capitalism in the United States today. But I think a lot of times those top tiers in the corporate ladder try to take a bigger percentage than in years past.
Yeah.
And I think that has created problems, not just in the video game industry, but just in American industry.
When there are guys, that are corporate men of 2K or 2K games that put out BioShock, for instance, they've never even played that game or couldn't tell you anything about it.
Right.
But they're making millions a year off of it. Because of the position they hold.
Exactly.
So that makes more sense, yeah.
Yeah.
Just something to talk about, something to think about.
Yeah. By no means am I saying, everybody should get paid equal amounts. I'm not saying that at all.
Yeah.
I'm saying, but, the top tier of the video game companies, if they did compensate lower tier players along the way, it's probably not going to hurt them that much.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of times in these big corporations, those people aren't willing to do that. They will let the company collapse and burn to the ground as long as they get a lot of money in the end.
That's true, yeah.
I mean, I've seen it happen.
Yeah.
I've worked in an industry where it's happening, and Yeah, I'm not going to go down that road. I mean, but yes, I think probably the voice actors should be compensated more because they are so important in 2016.
They are.
Because you are watching movies. I mean, you're playing in a movie, basically, when you play these games.
Yeah.
And a lot of that relies on their talents. So
Very true. That's all I have for Gamers Corner. That was my punchline.
So let's see you want to talk about the World Series?
Let's do it, yeah.
Yeah. Congratulations to Chicago Cubs.
Yeah, that
is
happened.
huge. They won 3 straight games to claim their first world championship in 108 years.
Crazy, right?
That's amazing.
It's a pretty big deal.
It was so much fun.
Back to the Future 2 was 1 year off. Just
1 year off.
That's crazy.
And they didn't beat the Florida team.
No.
But Florida does have a team now.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. I really got vested in the World Series this year from the get-go. I watched it. I stayed up late and watched Game 7 through the rain delay.
Who are you cheering for?
I am not a lifelong Cubs fan.
Right, yeah.
And I think I said this on a show a couple of weeks ago, just from a historical standpoint, I was pulling for the Cubs.
I was too, yeah. It is odd there. I mean, in my whole life, they've been one of the teams everyone knows and enjoys, but they've never been, champions for over a century now. It's just kind of odd. They've always been a mainstay baseball team, but never been that good.
There have been people that were born, grew up, raised as Cubs fans, lived their entire life as Cubs fans, died as a Cubs fan, and never saw them win.
Yeah. You could live triple digits.
Yeah, I was going to say died at old age.
Yeah.
And didn't ever see them win.
Yeah.
So it's pretty special. Now, with that said, I'm pretty sure that this is the beginning of seeing the Chicago Cubs being in contention at least for the next 4 or 5 years.
Think so?
I think. With the
That's
team
good.
they had, the young team they have.
Yeah.
They're going to be, they were a contender last year.
Is there any other professional team in sports in America that has had the longer drought than that?
No.
Yeah.
No, that was it. 108 years. Now, there's franchises that haven't had a championship.
Right, but not
in other
as
sports,
old as,
But it hasn't been as long.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what the streak is now.
The Detroit Lions, the Cleveland Browns, the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the Houston Texans, the only current teams that have never played in the Super Bowl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Wow.
I guess that's right. The Browns have never been in the Super Bowl?
This is the Cleveland Browns' current iteration. So
okay.
Yeah, because the Browns became the Ravens, and then the Browns came back, late 90s, early 2000s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they've never been to the Super Bowl.
Right, the current version of the Browns.
I was just excited to see, over 40 million people watch a baseball game.
Yeah.
That was encouraging to me.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
And did you see the crowd at the parade today in Chicago?
Oh, no. Is it a big deal?
It was huge.
Really?
Millions and millions of people, along with Bill Murray.
Oh, of course, yeah.
You know what jinxed the Indians?
What's that?
Charlie Sheen showed up for Game 7.
He wanted the first pitch. I saw he would throw that out.
And he brought Jobu.
Oh, yeah.
Up your butt, Jobu.
Not to change topics, but there are quite a few NFL teams that haven't won a Super Bowl. That list was short. Buffalo Bills have never won. Their Super Bowl record is 0-4. Last appearance 1993. The Bengals haven't won. Their record is 0-2. The Browns haven't. Texans haven't. Jaguars haven't. The Chargers haven't won one. I thought they did. Titans have not. Cardinals have not. Falcons, Panthers, Lions, Vikings, Eagles, all non-Super Bowl winners.
Now, are those current iterations or are those in franchises?
Franchises.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so the Oilers never won a Super Bowl.
No. Oilers didn't either.
Okay.
So no one has it all. That's a lot of people. It's just all a bunch of successful franchises in the NFL, pretty much.
And isn't that something that you can look back and say, like in organized sports in this country, like 108 years they haven't won a championship.
Right.
That's a long time.
That's a long time.
The MLB has a long history.
Yeah.
So,
who do you think, NFL-wise, who has the most Super Bowl wins? I was wrong on that. I would have thought the Patriots. I was not right in that. The Patriots only have 4 Super Bowl championships.
The Steelers?
Yeah, with 6.
Mm-hmm. The Iron Curtain in the 70s.
Yeah. The Cowboys only have 5? I feel like they've had 5 since I've been alive. That's crazy. Wow. Which is possible, the 5 they've had. I don't know.
I think it is.
It's very possible.
Though they were pretty good in the 80s.
Yeah.
But I don't think I don't remember them winning a Super Bowl in the 80s.
So staying on the World Series topic, going back to that again, do you want to guess who has the most series wins?
The most World Series wins?
Yeah.
It's probably going to be the...
Oh, wow. Man, it's so different than football. You think football has a dynasty and a whole franchise going. Imagine baseball. Good Lord.
Is it the Yankees?
By far.
Yeah.
27 World Series won by the Yankees.
Yeah.
Wow. That's nuts.
But they've been around forever.
Yeah. Because they were the Yankees, previously the New York Highlanders, and they were also the Baltimore Orioles for a bit. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So they've played in 40 World Series, and they've won 27. Who do you think number 2 is for World Series 1?
Is it the Braves?
It is not. The St. Louis Cardinals with 11.
Okay.
They've appeared in 19, won 11. We'll go for the 3rd and 4th. The Oakland A's have 9 wins, appeared in 14. Number 4 is the San Francisco Giants with 8 wins, appeared in 20.
Yeah, I was trying to think of the older franchises.
Yeah.
So in just the last few years, in the last decade, you've seen the Red Sox and the Cubs come back and win the World Series. Mm-hmm. After 2 very long droughts.
That's true, yeah.
One longer than the other.
That's true, yeah.
But that was cool to see the Red Sox win.
Mm-hmm.
Finally win. What was that, 2005?
Yeah.
2004.
I think it was 04. I want to say 04.
2004, yeah.
In my head, the Braves have won a lot more World Series than they...
Well, I was trying to think of the older...
Weird.
When they were a Northeast
I think this is a Berenstain Bears thing.
Yeah.
Like in my head, they won quite a few in the 90s.
They just won 2, right?
Only won 1.
1.
Since I've been... Wow.
Yeah.
So 1914 was their first win. The second was in 1957. Then 1995.
That's it? They've only had 3?
They've had 3. And not in 21 years have they won that.
In 1914, they were a Northeast team. That was way before the move to Atlanta.
Yeah. Only 3. So they've been a pro team since 1876. Who would have? That's so crazy.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's why I said the Braves, because I'm thinking, well, as long as they've been around, surely they have a few World Series wins.
Wow.
But just 3.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But only 1995. Wow. For some reason in the 90s, I thought they were...
Now, they were in the World
dynasty.
Series in 91?
Yeah. It says from 91 to 2005, the Braves were one of the most successful franchises in baseball history.
Mm-hmm. They were always a contender.
Yeah.
For a decade, they were a contender.
The Braves and the Chicago Cubs are the National League's 2 remaining charter franchises. They were founded in Boston, Massachusetts in 1871 as the Boston Red Stockings, not to be confused with the American League's Boston Red Sox. I think it's time to spice it up a little bit, though. Got to spice it up.
What do you mean?
Just speed it up. Not the game.
They're trying. They are trying.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. That's the mound visits.
Yeah.
They instated this year.
Mm-hmm.
I forget how long the mound visit can be, and the coach can only come out once.
Really?
Unless it's an injury. So now what you'll see is they'll bring a trainer out with them. So they can have a mound visit.
That's funny.
And you'll see the ump go and break up mound visits.
Really?
Because they run too long. Yeah. But when they did that, they lengthened the game by, bringing the instant replay rule in.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh, they have the replay in baseball now, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hate to stay on the Braves history here for the Adam and JP show. But from 1883 to 1906, the Atlanta Braves at the time were called the Boston Bean Eaters.
Yeah, the Boston Bean Eaters.
That's so ridiculous.
Yeah, if you go to the Braves Museum
at
Turner Field, and I guess soon to be at SunTrust Park.
For 23 years, they're the Boston Bean Eaters.
And you can go see the old Bean Eater uniforms.
What the hell kind of name is that? It sounds painful. Wow.
Old Boston Bean Eaters.
They played at Fenway for a while.
Mm-hmm.
This is crazy.
Check us out online at adamandjp.com.
Hey, you know what? Before we sign off here.
What?
This is the last Adam and JP show with Barack Obama as president.
Oh, wow. You're absolutely right.
Think about that.
The next time you hear us, we'll be deciding our president that day.
I mean, not officially sworn in, but as far as what we know as a country.
Yeah.
No swear-ins yet until next year, but
this long, strange nightmare will be over.
So, I mean, we can't... So, predictions? Because Tuesday...
Well, let's do our predictions on the Tuesday show.
But then it's going to be the day of. Well, I guess that night the results will come in.
Yeah, the results won't come in until... So,
politically charged Adam and JP show. Here we go. Not so much. Maybe. We'll see.
Join us Tuesday for our live election night coverage.
You can't see that, but he actually folded his paper like an anchor.
We now go to Adam, who's live at Polling Central.
Did you know the Bean Eaters...
Thank you, Adam. Crazy election, huh? Nothing will ever be as crazy as 2000.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Crazy things are about to happen.
I remember watching the election,
Crazy
like the results.
Things are about to happen.
In 2000?
There was no Trump involved in 2000.
And there's Tom Brokaw. Well, we can clearly announce that the next president of the United States will be George W. Bush. Hold on. I'm sorry, we have to retract that. It will be Al Gore.
Sorry, Truman defeats Dewey.
Nope, wait a minute.
Oh, Dewey defeats Truman.
It's Bush again. And all night.
Yeah.
Like election coverage went until 4 a.m. because they thought they might be able to sort it out that night.
Wow. That was crazy.
Mm-hmm. But do you think this year will be crazier?
I'm not saying it'll be as close, but I mean, who knows? As the polls are happening this past week, things are changing.
I've got a sick feeling in my stomach.
You think so?
Of what will happen Tuesday.
You think so?
I do think so.
Oh, wow.
We'll talk more about it on Tuesday.
Let's do it.
Join us for election coverage this Tuesday.
The all special edition of Election Connection.
On the I'm Jay Patrick. That's Adam.
This is the Adam and JP Show, I think.
Face Sealer.
This has been a production of the Adam and JP family of on-demand talk radio.
AdamandJP.com.
Right now.
This has been a broadcast of the ESO Network, your station for all things geek, classic, current, and beyond. Be part of the crew at ESONetwork.com.